Partly cloudy across the area today. Winds northeast under 10 miles an hour. Highs near 45. Tonight, partly cloudy. Winds northeast under 10 miles an hour. Overnight lows about the 40 mark. Tomorrow, rain will be developing. Skies look cloudy. The high, about 47. In the extended forecast, Friday, partly cloudy. Highs around 48. Saturday, cloudy skies. The high, 48. And on Sunday, some showers. The high, 52. I'm Tom Churchill for KONP.
All right, it's always fun when I get to rearrange all the studio stuff because I have live music coming your way, and we're going to do a little bluegrass music here in just a bit, and it's a great excuse to get some great young musicians in here to play. The Flying Strings will be playing with us in just a few minutes. And they used to be called the Young Fiddlers. Did you? Was that what it was? Or the Fiddle Kids? Did I get that right? Anyway, but now we got the official name, which is the Flying Strings, and they're part of what is coming up this year, the 13th annual Snowgrass Festival. And that's kind of one of the reasons we're doing a little bluegrass here. Those who know about the Snowgrass Festival, yeah, it's bluegrass, and it's called Snowgrass because they do it in the middle of the winter around here. So, but this is a fundraiser for the First Step Family Support Center. It's going to be coming up on the 24th, right? Yeah, Saturday the 24th. We have tickets available for the event here at KONP, and there's a few other places as well, and we'll try to touch on that in just a bit. But we also want to spend some time beyond that talking with at least one of the groups of musicians that'll be performing at this, and also for us this afternoon. So, that said, I got the PSA part out. Now we can talk a little bit about the music as well. And I don't. Who wants to be the official spokesperson to tell us about the flying? We're going to Al. Is that what we're going to do? Al, I guess you're on. So why don't you? I guess that'll be your mic. If you could scoot up closer, and we'll just have you chat in there for just a bit. So this is Al Watkins, who is the fearless leader of the group here. But I think these guys drag you along probably more than you drag them along. It looks like.
Yeah.
So Al plays the mandolin with the group, but maybe you can tell us about how this ensemble came to be.
Well, the band used to be the Fiddle Kid.
Right.
Well, originally it was the Black Diamond Fiddle Kids with Rosie Sharp, and she led the band, and she didn't play with the band, it was just a kids band. And they did that for a while, and then the personnel in the band changed around, and she is working with a marimba band in Squim and a whole music program with the 5 Acre School, so she's got busy, and so I took over. We played with the C Chords, and yep. They encouraged, and I had played with them years ago. They encouraged me to play with the band, which gave me permission because I really wanted to play with the band.
So
I felt like kind of
they
a
said,
heel.
go forth and do this.
Right. So, and the kids had always been receptive to that. Behind the scenes, we always played together, and so we started performing together.
This is, what's fun about this though is, I mean, you're ranging in age here from 15 to 8. I think, is that right? Did we get that right? So these are some young people that are playing some bluegrass music. You don't typically see this happening all the time. Usually it's a bunch of us old people that would do this kind of music, not the youngsters.
Yeah, I'm one lucky dad, I'll tell you. Because they're super talented kids. Charlotte is our friend, our closest friend, one of them. Mm-hmm. But to get to play with my family here, and they're such good musicians, exactly. And they've been doing it, they've been playing together for a long time, and it's just a real pleasure.
Absolutely. I'm going to talk with every one of them here a little bit about why they like to do this and how they came to playing the instruments they are, but I guess since you're there, let's talk about you and maybe your background. As you mentioned, you've played for a long time with a lot of places. This is just your latest outlet, but how'd you get going?
Well, I started playing, I came here from Phoenix, 17 years ago or so, and I immediately started playing with people like the C Chords and people around town, and gradually got together with a bunch of people, and we formed a band called Cherry Hill that we played in. The first 3 Snowgrasses, actually, Cherry Hill played there, and that was kind of I played the mandolin with them, and we played bluegrass music. But then my kids got older, and Cherry Hill kind of disintegrated, and music just kind of took a back seat for a few years until the kids got so involved with music. Suddenly I could play the music I love again.
And with your kids, which is really
a parent at the same time.
That's right. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that would just love that opportunity if they could do what you're doing with your kids.
I bet there are, because I'm very lucky.
How long have you played mandolin?
I've played the mandolin, probably around 20 years.
Okay.
It became my primary instrument.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
About
know very few
17
people
ago.
who start on a mandolin. So what did you start with, and then how come you decided to take up being the mandolin guy?
You know, I played the piano and the drums and the banjo, and I was really focusing on the banjo. And what really made me take the mandolin up was that I had a tiny little toddler, and I could just sling the mandolin around my back.
Small instrument, you
change
can
diapers and stuff, and then go back to practicing. And you can't do that with a banjo. You'd commit abuse.
You know,
accidentally.
I laugh because I'm a musician as well, and that totally makes sense. Most people do things because, well, that just is easy. That just was convenient to do. You know,
that is the long and short of it.
I love it. And obviously you found a niche doing it as well. David, tough instrument to play, though. Mandolin played right is tough to do. So hats off to you for sticking with it.
Mandolin played wrong is easy to do.
Well, that's... Yeah, well, only you said that. I'm not going to say it. I don't even come close. So, all right, Al, thanks for bringing in the kids, and we'll talk with the rest of them. Before we do that, though, maybe we ought to play a song. You want to play one of your tunes, and then we'll get to know the rest of the group here. So, all right, you guys, what are you guys going to do? What is?
We're going to play "I'll Fly Away."
Okay, "I'll Fly Away," great classic tune, and these are the flying strings. Take it away, guys. That was great. How fun. What a classic bluegrass song there is, and I'll Fly Away. And that is the Flying Strings. They will be part of the lineup for Snowgrass coming up in just a couple of weeks on Saturday. We'll give you some more details about that as well. But I want to talk with some of the other members of the group, and who you heard on lead vocals there is 15-year-old Elizabeth Watkins. And Elizabeth, sneak over to your microphone now. You get to talk into that one now that you've been singing on it. You play guitar and you sing, obviously. So how did you get started doing this?
When I was, I think think I was actually 3, almost 4. I started playing the piano, and so I played that up. I mean, I still play it, and it's my favorite of my instruments. And so when I played with Rosie Sharp, I played the piano, and then when my dad took over the band, I started playing the guitar. So now I've been playing the guitar for maybe 2 or 3 years, and then I also play the violin in the Port Angeles School District's orchestra, and then I'm also in choir through the Port Angeles School District.
And you also have a few other things you do outside of school, like play some sports, do some other things.
And volleyball, yeah.
So you're busy, and you're a high school kid. And how often do you guys get together and practice then? I guess that's one of the good things about being mostly a family band. You can kind of get together when you can, but...
Yeah, and Charlotte and I are very best friends, so she's probably at our house as much as the rest of us are. So we, once a week when we are not having a performance coming up, but since Snowgrass is coming up, we've been practicing up to maybe 3 times a week.
I have to ask you this thing. You're 15. A lot of people don't, 15-year-olds aren't really into bluegrass for the most part. What got you hooked on this kind of music?
My dad. I mean, I don't know. It would not be my first choice of what I would preferably be in a band of, but I don't know. It's what I'm in.
Everybody could be a Taylor Swift band or something like that, right? So this is pretty good. Well, I think you guys do all right.
Thank you.
I think you should stick with the bluegrass thing. It's pretty good. So, so you're a sophomore now? Freshman. Okay. Yeah. Freshman. You got any plans as to what you may want to do once you get out of high school? I know it's a ways away.
Being a choir teacher has occurred to me. I have the world's best choir teacher, orchestra teacher, and also piano teachers.
So you're thinking a music career of some sort in education?
Along those lines,
Good for you. All right. Well, you sound great. Great work on the guitar as well.
Thank you very much.
And all of the other things. Okay, so let's go to your... I guess I should just call her kind of your other sister.
Yes.
Your best friend who is here at Charlotte. Hertel is, did I get that right? Hertel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's 13. You heard her on some of the background vocals, and she plays the fiddle too. So Charlotte, how long have you been playing?
I've been playing since I was 5. I play classical music mostly, but since I'm in the band, I can play bluegrass music, and it helps a lot with everything else. So it's been like 7 or 8 years I've been playing the violin.
So how did you get into fiddling? Because that's a whole different thing. Most people learn how to do classical violin, and that's all they do. What made you do this?
Well, Rosie. I started with Rosie, and that was who kind of got me into it, and it's fun.
All right. I guess same question. A lot of 13-year-olds aren't into bluegrass for the most part, but you are, and there actually is quite a few kids that are doing this kind of thing. But how do you like it?
I like it a lot. It's fun. You get to sing also, and so it's kind of all wrapped up in one.
All right. What's your favorite thing, I guess, as far as bluegrass goes? Is there a certain style? Do you like the fast stuff, the slow stuff, gospel-y stuff?
I like the fast stuff.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I have to say, because I have a lot of violin players in my family and life, that I'm always impressed with people who can fiddle, because it's tough. And you can probably talk about this because you play both styles, and not to say that it isn't tough to play classical style, but fiddling's a whole different thing, and it is kind of difficult.
Yeah, well, it's difficult because in classical music, you're not ever playing like the upbeat, or you're not ever, you don't have to like sing and then play and then sing and then play. And I don't know, it's helpful for classical to be playing fiddle music, and it's helpful for fiddle music to be playing classical.
Interesting to hear that, because some people may not think that the two can be coexist, but they do.
Yep.
All right. Well, great work. Great vocals,
Thank you.
Great violin over there, fiddle, I should say, although it is a violin. And thanks for coming in as well, Charlotte. Now let's go over and talk to the youngest one in the group, and I don't know which mic we want to try to use. Maybe that one right there is good. Okay, this is Imogene Frazier, who's 8, and she's playing the washboard. So let me see if I can see over there. Hello.
Hi.
So the washboard. Now you're over there laying down the rhythm and the whole thing. So how did you get started playing with this group?
Well, just a little bit after Uncle Al came into the band, I came in.
All right, so Uncle Al brought you into the group. So the washboard, you actually have she's a small girl, and she has a small washboard too, which I'm impressed with. It fits you just nicely. So you play on all the tunes pretty much? Mm-hmm. Very good. Do you have aspirations to do anything beyond washboard or maybe learning how to do other instruments?
Well, I really want to play the harmonica.
Perfect. And I'm sure this group could take a harmonica player on. I'm almost certain of that. That would fit in just well. Bluegrass music. You like it then?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite thing about it?
I just like how slow it goes. Kind of. Not super fast.
Right on. So you kind of like probably the song you guys just played, I'll Fly Away. Okay. What grade are you in now?
Third.
Third grade? All right. You going to get in the music program or do anything when you get to like fourth grade?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, I'll be waiting for the harmonica solo in a year or two coming, okay? Thank you for coming in. Good to see you, and we'll hear a little more washboard in just in a bit. Our last member in here is Adam Watkins, who's playing the bass, and he's 12 years old. And I guess, Adam, let's talk to you. How'd you get started in this, aside from being drugged in because the rest of the family's here? But
well, my dad's the leader, so it's not...
Yeah. Have you been a bass player forever? I mean, is that...
No, like 3 years, I think.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
So what did you start with? Did you have another instrument you began with?
I did the piano when I was around 4.
All right, so they needed a bass player, and here you are.
Yeah.
Is that pretty... that is the story of most bands. They always need a bass player, and they're hard to find, I think, and your dad's laughing about that.
We had our bass player quit. And
Yep.
we had a gig 19 days from when we found out he wasn't
And
doing
that's
it.
how you got a bass
Adam
player.
had been playing percussion, which doesn't really, and so we bought a bass, and he learned how to play it in 19 days. He performed with us.
Not bad. Well, I've always said I'm a piano player, and you can pick up another instrument pretty well if you know how to play the piano. That's the advantage of that.
Yeah.
So all you parents out there and all those kids who complain about, I don't like the piano lesson, stay at it, because you can actually transfer to a whole lot of different instruments because of that. So you like the bass?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, it's a fun. I play bass too, and it's a pretty fun thing to play. And you did a nice job over there. I wouldn't have known that you've only been at this a short time. I would have thought this was something you've done since you first took up music.
Yeah.
So hats off. Yeah. Bluegrass music. I guess, again, people your age usually don't get into bluegrass, but here you are. You like this stuff?
Yeah, I'd like to be doing more pop stuff, but it's good.
Well, you guys could still do some pop stuff, because you could, you hear some of these bluegrass, you do renditions of some pop songs. So just work your dad over about that in the background.
Yeah.
I think he's saying, yeah, we could maybe.
That
right?
is the strategy we're employing these days to keep the kids engaged.
That's right. Well, I think it's important because it is really it's Americana music. It is historic in the sense that you're keeping a certain style of music alive that's uniquely American, and you got a little bit of history you're preserving here.
Yeah,
Favorite style? You like the fast stuff, the slow stuff?
the fast stuff.
Fast stuff. Okay. All right. Well, good job. You're doing great. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, you guys will play us out, all right, with one more tune here as we'll hear from the Flying Strings. And again, they are part of the lineup for the 13th Annual Snowgrass Festival, and Snowgrass is coming up in just a couple of weeks, actually, on the 24th. At Port Angeles High School. This is a big First Step Family Support Center fundraiser, and donations are always accepted, and you can get tickets and more information about that here at our studios. We're selling them here at our studios at 721 East 1st Street, and I think I've got another list here in a minute. I'll give you some other spots as to where you can get some tickets, and you can also get them at the door, too. So back with one more song from the Flying Strings right after this.
This is the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio 1450 KONP.
This time of year, it feels great stocking the fridge and saving a bunch of money doing it. Well, Safeway helps you save 3 different ways. The Safeway app, gas rewards, and real big club card deals. Right now with your club card, select sizes of Honey Nut Cheerios are only $1.88. And stock up on frozen entrees. Select varieties of Marie Callender's and Healthy Choice frozen entrees are just $2 each. There's more savings to love at Safeway. Ingredients for life.
So, you've been hanging out with Chris a lot, huh?
Yeah, he's kind of my sandwich mate.
Sandwich mate?
Yeah, the person you go to McDonald's and share sandwiches with.
Wait, is that a thing?
For sure. It's like work spouse or BFF or frenemy, just with food. We both love the Egg McMuffin and the Big Mac. And when we found out you can get 2 for $5, well, one thing kind of led to another.
Oh, sounds cute.
Right?
Find your sandwich mate and head over to McDonald's. Right now, you can get 2 Egg McMuffin sandwiches for only $5, made with a real fresh cracked egg and sizzling Canadian bacon. Or grab 2 Big Mac sandwiches the rest of the day for also just $5. It's double the classic taste of 2 all-beef patties and special sauce. It's a great deal on 2 of your favorite sandwiches.
Sometimes he'll even share his fries.
Does that make you guys fry friends?
Don't be ridiculous.
Price of participation may vary. Limited time offer. The price of single item posted on menu board. Breakfast served during breakfast hours only.
Did you know that cancer kills over 585,000 people a year in the U.S.? Did you know that 75% of all Americans are chronically dehydrated? Take control of your health with alkalized antioxidant Kangen water. Kangen water is 30 to 40 times more antioxidant than the well-known green tea, and Kangen water hydrates 6 to 10 times faster than bottled waters and sports drinks. Take control of your health today. Call 360-379-5476 for a 2-week free in-home trial. That's 360-379-5476, and ask about the year-end tax savings and write-offs. Call now, 360-379-5476. That's 360-379-5476.
Time is running out to get your lawn equipment in for Sunset Hardware's Winter Service Special. The special only lasts until February 28th. We'll change the oil, filters, spark plugs, clean the deck, and sharpen the blades, and also do the pickup and delivery. Then we'll service it with non-ethanol premium-grade fuel to prevent ethanol buildup. This ensures a smooth-running engine come springtime. Bring your equipment to Sunset Hardware, located at 518 Marine Drive in Port Angeles, or give one of our knowledgeable team members a call at 457-3369. Sunset Hardware, open 7 days a week.
All right, last segment here, just a couple minutes left, and we're going to hear one more song from one of the groups that'll be at Snowgrass, which is coming up on the 24th. It starts at 6:30 at the Port Angeles Performing Arts Center, also known as the Auditorium up at the high school. You can get tickets here at our studios at 721 East 1st Street, a few other places in town. You can also call First Step Family Support Center at 457-8355, 457-8355. They can give you some more information, also some more ticket information as well. As this is a big fundraising event for First Step, and a great way to hear some neat bluegrass music, including some local kids who I have in here, and I'll even include Dad into the bunch. He's just a grown-up kid here, because why not? You know, young at heart. Anyway, the Flying Strings gonna play us out with one more song. So what are you guys gonna do last here?
Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
Oh, of course you got to do that. All right, let's hear Foggy Mountain Breakdown, and thanks for coming in, guys, and hopefully some folks will show up and see you in a couple of Saturdays from now. Go ahead. you guys. That was great. You want to go see Snowgrass, you'll see these guys perform, and they have a few surprises. I can't tell you what it is, but they gave me a hint of a couple of songs that you wouldn't expect to hear from a group like this. They're going to perform as well at Snowgrass. Thank you guys, Watkins family and friends, also known as the Flying Strings, and we'll see you on the 24th. All right, I guess the radio world is applauding right now as we speak because a great performance there. All right, Snowgrass the 24th, just a couple weekends from now on that Saturday, 6:30 up at the high school, and you can get tickets here at our station at 721 East First Street. You can also call First Step Family Support Center. They can give you some more information as well. We'll take a break and check in with news coming up next.